Hello, my name is Morderim and today I'm going to show you some action RPGs and Souls-like titles I'm personally looking forward to for 2023. If you happen to be interested in isometric RPGs, make sure to check out the two-parter specifically focusing on them. Now, before we move on to the actual titles, remember to never pre-order, especially with the increasing prices, insane amount of bugs and extreme performance issues of many games released in the past years. Also remember to sub, like and comment for some juicy content. The first title is Lies of P, an action Souls-like game inspired by the story of Pinocchio. You play as a puppet mechanoid on a quest to find Geppetto and become human. For this you will fight through the beautiful city of Krat, inspired by the architecture of the late 19th century of Europe mixed with steampunk elements. Society collapsed and left this place of prosperity and progress in ruins, now filled with unspeakable horrors. The actual gameplay reminds of a combination of Sekiro and Bloodborne, featuring a tool arm with gadgets and fast-paced aggressive combat. The weapon system lets you combine weaponry in a multitude of ways to create something new altogether. But customization doesn't end here. You are a puppet. Your body can be modified and changed to fit your needs, be it for battle or exploration. Experimentation seems to play a big role in this game. Speaking of experimentation, we are also promised multiple endings with interconnected procedural quests that change depending on how you lie. This single-player game is set to release in 2023. Flintlock Siege of Dawn is next. This action RPG with Souls-like elements is set in a fantasy world where gods and guns collide. The veil between the afterlife and the plane of living has fallen, allowing the gods' army of undead to invade. The living are on the brink of extinction, but there is hope in a black powder, capable of possibly slaying the almighty beings. You embark on a journey to do just that, with the help of a magical companion aiding you in battle and the open world. Fly through the desert sands, journey through ruins and unveil secrets that lie in the towering city of Dawn, in the single-player game releasing in early 2023. The developers of Nioh are blessing us with another Souls-like action RPG named Wulong Fallen Dynasty. This game is set in the later Han Dynasty in China, spiced up with dark fantasy and demons. The land is overcome by chaos, destruction and war, leading to the impending collapse of the kingdom. You play as a nameless militia soldier battling against deadly creatures and humanoid enemies using swordplay based on Chinese martial arts. Defeating your foes will boost your morale, which corresponds to levels. Higher morale ranks awaken the power from within you, enabling you to master the arts of combat and let you unleash destructive wizardry spells based on the concept of the 5 phases. You can also tap into the power of divine beasts, gifting you the power to perform great feats. This single-player game is releasing on the 3rd of March in 2023. Another title for early this year is Jedi Survivor, an action RPG with Souls-like elements continuing the story of Cal Kestis. This game picks up 5 years after the events of the first game and follows Cal's fight against the Empire as the galaxy descends further into darkness. This title will also expand the explorable zones and locations with new planets and familiar frontiers of the Star Wars universe, giving us more opportunities to explore off the beaten path and discover hidden secrets. Larger areas are a key word here. We are also given more freedom for growth given Cal is a powerful Jedi Knight already. New skills, equipment, a possible blaster and abilities that will augment the way we explore, fight and roam are promised to us in the single player game releasing on the 17th of March 2023. Next up is Lord of the Fallen, a sequel to Lord of the Fallen. Yes, they made another game and didn't change the name. So what's the game about? We are exploring the same world, but it's 5 times larger this time. The age of the demon god Adir is long over, but he is back for more. We play as a Dark Crusader now. This doesn't mean we are evil, just that we have the possibility for multiple endings. The big feature of this title is a lantern that lets you shift between the world of the living and dead, revealing hidden passages, bosses, treasures and NPCs. Death is also different. Dying one time will send you to the realm of the dead, giving you another chance. You can find more than 100 different weapons, have 9 classes to choose from and can customize your playstyle with stats, armor and spells. All this can be enjoyed in co-op in 2023. Now let's move on to Hogwarts Legacy, an exploration-heavy action RPG. In this title we are playing as a student that just got enrolled to Hogwarts, though not at the appropriate age. A book is given to us with extra tasks to get us up to speed and to the level of the other students. We can freely roam the school, the Forbidden Forest and the surrounding overland areas to uncover secrets, learn new spells, brew potions, grow plants and tend to magical beasts. And to top everything off, we are given a plethora of tools to dismantle trolls, dark wizards, goblins and other dangerous villains in the single player title on the 10th of February 2023. Next up is Starfield. This game is the first new IP from Bethesda Game Studios in 25 years. This time we slip into the role of a humble space miner, joining the Constellation, a group of space explorers seeking rare artifacts throughout the galaxy. The actual area we can explore extends outwards of the solar system for around 50 light years, called the Settled Systems, with more than 1,000 planets available for exploration. The two largest factions in this game are the United Colonies and the Free Star Collective, which engage in a war 20 years before the game takes place. As far as systems go, we are promised a lot more focus on resource management, crafting, research, ship customization and base building, in addition to the real-time combat with firearms we know from the Fallout franchise. But combat is not the only way to solve problems. Starfield will feature an in-depth dialogue and persuasion system which will offer you multiple conversational options to get what you want depending on how you invest your experience points. This single-player game will release in 2023. Granblue Fantasy Relink is an action RPG set in a high fantasy world with anime aesthetics. This game offers you the choice between a female or male main character that commands a huge cast of characters, each with their own story and powers. The game you're going to explore features lovingly crafted fantasy landscapes, detailed cities and vast dungeons bursting with character. Stunning animations, fluid combat, intricate armor, as well as model designs are the biggest selling point for this game. But beware, no matter how good this one looks, it has seen a turbulent development cycle and might turn out really bad. So enjoy this one with care. This single player title has a release planned for 2023 with no specific release window. Another promising title is Wild Hearts, a Monster Hunter style game developed by Koei Tecmo Games. You play as a hunter utilizing deadly weapons and ancient technology called Karakuri to slay fantastical beasts called Kemono. Nature-infused beasts started to appear around the world and you're the only one capable of utilizing the ancient technology to combat them. Be it through summoning a gigantic hammer, towers to get to the high ground, or wind tunnels to reach the peaks of mountains. Progression is similar to regular Monster Hunter games. Kill stuff, gather materials, upgrade your gear to slay even bigger stuff. The hunting grounds are a bit more special. They each feature 4 seasons, altering how you approach each hunt. Monsters show different behavior and patterns, making the chase a bit more varied. The actual game world is inspired by feudal Japan. Wild Hearts can be experienced solo or in co-op on the 16th of February 2023. And the last RPG of this list is Atlas Fallen. Humanity is under the oppressive rule of corrupted gods, and you're right in the middle of it. Venture into the sands of a timeless land to fight ancient dangers, uncover fragments of the past, and solve mysteries surrounding the past and present. The tools available to you are a set of shape-shifting weapons and versatile sand powers that can be utilized in and outside of combat. Progressions set around hunting and killing monsters to gather their essence and infuse them into your own arsenal. This game can be enjoyed in single player or co-op in 2023. Now for a bonus title. Blue Protocol is a free-to-play MMO set in a high fantasy world. You are on a quest to uncover the truth about your origins and travel around the world to find answers. Your avatar can be customized however you like and is not bound to a specific class. Weapons and their abilities can be freely changed and are fairly simple to use, but still offer enough depth for those that want it. Quests, dungeons, world bosses, raids will all be in the game, with a bit of exploration to spice it up. This game is set to launch in 2023 and will have a cash shop, but not much is known about it. Now this sums up my action RPG and Souls-like list for 2023. If you happen to be more interested in isometric RPGs, make sure to check out my other 2 lists, one covering more action-oriented titles and one slower tactical ones. If you enjoy this type of content, please leave a like, sub and comment to support me. I also make reviews, previews and guides. So see you next time and bye!